But it is that, despite it all, I am still here. The forest is burning, and I'm stuck building this house. As much as the flames, I fear it's really the cold without the home. It is in man's nature that we destroy, likewise we build. As we build our homes, and we find peace in building, but we do not find peace in living in these homes. Out with the old, in with the new, always. As much as it is a part of man's nature to both create and destroy, it is within the nature of the economy and out with the old, in with the new. I wouldn't call myself a doomer, because after the destruction of it all, that's when we can start building again. That's when we find humanity. When everything is taken, when everything is gone, that's when everything starts. When everything worthwhile starts, the new. There are enough people destroying things everywhere. The world does not need help in its task of destruction. I am still here despite it all, and I am here for a reason. Maybe the reason being the search for the reason itself, the meaning of life being like the home. We are appeased building it, but to live in it. Maybe the meaning of life is constant search for that meaning. And when we find it, well, it doesn't last. Things change, things evolve, and it is easier. Is it easier to simply settle into a way of life and stay there for God knows how long? Maybe with this world of luxuries around us, maybe it is easy to just settle into what could be my social potential, my ability to create, my ability to join in with the rest of everything in the destruction of everything for the sake of GDP and other metrics in which we utilize to describe the world around us separate from what it actually is. When I see numbers on a piece of paper growing, is it truly reflective of this horrific display I see outside my back window into this concrete jungle of a back alley? Boxes in which we have made ourselves apartments. Apart. But living together, but apart. I'm still here. In search for a reason. But to search as a journey with that never really ends. I feel the need to be strong. I am not meant for this world, but maybe what might come after. I'm pretty good at surviving. But I'm not good at what everybody else wants me to be good at. I'm still here, looking upon this world. A crane building an apartment's chimney spewing toxic fumes into the air. Trees that have been allowed to grow after everything was razed. The apocalypse has already came and went. The question now is, will we survive? And I don't know the answer. The balance between self-preservation, egotism, and altruism, where I cannot give it my all in confrontation to every problem in which I see that I still have to live. Even in an altruistic sense, I have to be egotistical in order to continue my ability to keep giving. But what am I really giving at this point? I'm not exactly sure. Maybe a value of inspiration or whatever. I do not know. But I am still here. And day to day, I strive to find a reason as to why I am still here. And do you know what? That is good enough. But the pain is a lot. So much. So much. I can't bear it. But then I do. I wake up, and despite the pain, despite the wounds, despite everything, I still give a shit. Because I know what happens when I don't. That I don't know. So much of me wants to give up. And I've been searching for more reasons, more connections, more responsibility as to why I shouldn't. Or why I should. Or shouldn't, yeah. But I'm still here. And after everything, it's working. So, I feel as if I still have a responsibility. I have a responsibility with the abilities in which I've garnered over time, in which most do not have that experience. And I am fearful of the increasing need for survival in this world I've experienced. Hard times are coming. The scale of what that might mean, who knows? Maybe the meaning to life is to keep going. It's just simple as that. Just fight, 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 fight. Maybe it's not even fighting, but sometimes it feels like it is. Just to draw each breath being an exertion of will. To accept each breath, something beyond my control. And I can't. Sometimes I don't accept my breath. Not every single one. Sometimes it hurts. To where holding my breath would probably be less hurtful. And sometimes I feel like I could escape. But I'm still here. And the reason may be lost upon me, but the existence of that reason is something I am not willing to ignore. That at any point, like, come on, what is that like? I'm gonna land on my head out this window? Probably would do the fucking trick. Why am I not jumping out the window head first? Why is it that when I feel horrible, I'm feeling like I do want to die and take those steps towards it, but I don't? Is it just the lizard parts of my brain um, pushing for survival? Or is there something human saying I have to stay here beyond just the pre programmed parts of my brain that wants to keep going, just as an animal thrashing against the fall? Hard times are coming, but it's hard to know what's worthwhile of staying for. And it's hard to know if I can even do anything, or if the time to do something is now. But I don't know what to do. It's not like I can go out and fight the world. It's not like I can do so with any meaningful impact. It's just any fighting seems pointless. Fighting people? Why fight the people? They're just cogs that get replaced. Fighting the system? Was it that consumerism? Out with the old, in with the new. A CEO gets shot, so they just put another one in. And there may be a level of inspiration, sure, but fuck. Again, the world doesn't need help in its own destruction. It can do that fine itself. That I feel the need to speak my mind and to react to inherently hostile situations as they are, beyond the idealism of the current ideas of law and morality. But why would I do that? It would just get me hurt with no altruistic addition, just cementing people further into their own lies. There are solutions. Maybe there's still something that can be done. Maybe I don't even need to wait for the worst to come to take action. Maybe I can be working right now to minimize the worst that will come. Going about problem solving through the system in which is creating the problems. Internal versus external change. I don't think a violent revolution is going to be anything worthwhile. Well, because if the person in charge is an altruist, well, fuck, man. He's going to get stabbed in the back for somebody who is willing to stab in the back to gain power. Violent revolutions, acquiesced and marketized to continue the status quo, but now with the justification of the motivation behind violent revolution, plus the motivation on the other side of the fence being revolutionized against. They work hand in hand. No, we don't need people shooting each other. We don't need dead CEOs or presidents. We need to just ignore these guys. As an individual, I can't. I cannot just simply ignore them. But as a collective, as a country, to simply say like, yo, we're just going to give space for people to provide their own means, give space to provide people community. I got ideas that can be integrated into the current system. Pilot projects, programs implemented at small scales that would show financial sustenance. Things that providing value to not just the economy, but to the population as a whole. I'm not talking about money, because what the hell is the worth of all of this money and materialism without the human worth backing it up? What the hell is the worth of an iPad if you don't have food, if you don't have friends, if you don't have the basic human psychological and physiological needs met? We are at a make or break point, more so than almost any other time in human history. Like, this is a 1 in a billion time to be born in. Billions. We've never seen anything like this in history or anything. This is the accumulation of thousands of years of modernism. And we're here. We've won. But we've lost. We are rich, but we are poor. We are well fed, but we are hungry. We are homed, but cold. It's because we have taken everything of human and turned it into money. We need to substantiate the economy with human value. And that would be an investment, but an investment in which would have significant returns. We need the human. Again. And it might not even be enough. It might not do anything. Or it might not divert anything. Like, fuck, we could all still be ran off a cliff all the same. But hell, wouldn't you want to be ran off a cliff with family and friends, with community, in a collective acceptance of a fate in which you all have to go through? We all see the cliff. There's a level of but us as individuals, if we turn away, we get trampled by the herd still moving towards the cliff. So, it may seem counterintuitive to the current economic models, but this is a time in which we need to start swimming down. Because progress upwards is being pulled out of the water in a net. And we may already be there. Many of us are. Well, enough crazy bullshit for today. What the hell am I doing trying to solve the world's problems when I am hungry with accessibility to food? Why am I trying to take care of everything else when I myself am not taken care of by me? Why should I try to be fixing the world when my own home and life is a mess? Maybe I'm just coping. Or maybe I'm just, maybe I don't know. Either way, I'm gonna get some food. Fucking grilled cheese sandwiches with some goddamn chocolate milk.